So Sandra just said, that looks hard, this specimen that we're working on today. And I'm going to tell you that actually this is going to be one of the easier assignments I've ever given you. The reason that it's not hard is that you don't really need to get very much of the detail to really get a feeling of the movement of the flower. There's a couple of things going on here that are really great. Number one, there's only like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 petals, right? And a big, and one bud. So the shapes are really easy. But the other thing that's really easy, you can see it, is look at the contrast. Contrast is great, right? There's like nice lights and darks. And you'll find that like you don't have to get every one of these. People like panic about this, right? Oh, I have to get all these edges. I've got to get this exactly right. It doesn't take much to do that. And so I wanted to spend a moment to show you. Although my primary painting medium was always, subject was always cityscapes, whenever I wanted to loosen up, I would go to flowers, and I would particularly go to irises. So I have a lot of iris paintings, and I thought I would share some with you. Here, hold on, I'm gonna show you a few. Where are we? Here we are. A few that I don't normally show you my own work, but I'm going to show you today because I feel like these are important to look at. If I can find the share screen, there we go. Okay. So you'll see that the structure of this iris is almost exactly like the structure of the iris. Not totally, but very close to the iris that we're looking at. Can you see how loose these areas are? What do you guys think about this? This appealing to you at all? Can you see how little I had to do here to add detail? There's a lot of like kind of soft brushwork. Diana, look at all these different bits. This is what you do, right? Like I added a little structure here, right? This is actually really the strength here is in the lights, the mediums, and the darks being very clearly conveyed, and then a few brush marks of color, different colors, to kind of make this happen. So let's see. Here's another one. Another here. Oh no, wait, wrong direction. That's daffodils. Where? What the? I'm sorry. Hold on just a second. I thought I had them all in a row. I did. What's going on here? Okay. I don't know why this is doing this. Sorry. I'll show you another one here. I'll stop the share screen. And I'm going to stop the share and show you another one. Give me a second, I'll find it here. I really don't know what's going on here, but let's look at this one. Here's another one. This is an acrylic painting.
You have to share the screen.
I know. I'm just kidding, putting everything up. Right? So once again, it's not really about structure, right? It's not really about like detail so much as it is about structure. This is a highly structured, there's not that much detail in here, right? But there's strong contrast, there's strong brushwork.
You can't really tell what it is. I
Yeah,
wouldn't
you
know.
can.
It's an
It's
iris.
iris. Well, I think it's one of my favorite pieces. Sold a long time ago. Oh, fuck, it's still doing that. I don't know why it's still doing that. In any event,
it's daffodil time.
is it? It's just not working. Here's another one. Let's see. Here's another one. Here we go. I have to keep calling them up and then going over here. Here's another one. So I think irises really lend themselves to right? Kind of interesting light, medium, dark combinations. This is actually a pastel ink combination.
Mhm.
Mhm. The strokes are very
That's
loose.
much better.
Sandra. You prefer this over the other one. I do not. But take a look at the ways of being loose. Anyway, I don't care. You can hate my paintings. It doesn't matter. Take a look at that. What I really want to show you is how loose this mark making is, right? How little detail, how little sort of detail I need, and how kind of wild I can get with my strokes and my color combos. Oh my God, that's so funny.
Sorry, I apologize. That's what I meant to say.
No,
but I
I'm
like
just
each one.
kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm sorry. I'm totally teasing you.
No, no.
But it's a great example. I'm totally teasing you, Sandra. I don't mind at all. I totally get it. But I'm showing you like how I love. Sorry, just need a minute. That was so funny. So what I'm trying to get at is this idea that you don't have to get all the detail, but you can use kind of big loose strokes to get structure. And I'm going to suggest today that you all pick that we don't actually look at the color version. I'm going to suggest that you all, and oh, by the way, I'm also going to suggest you don't have to do these back ones if you don't want to. This front one is the only one we're really going to work on for drawing. But Sandra, I actually think this will be amazing as a watercolor, because you'll be able to let some of your wet on wet techniques kind of work in here, right?
Okay.
Wet on wet here. Will kind of, I think you might, well, it's kind of scary, right? Because wet on wet can go either way. but like, it's a fun one to practice. If for some reason you don't get it right, it's pretty quick to draw it and start it again.
Okay.
So guys, what do you think about that? Are you up to the idea of like maybe picking your own colors? Okay, does anybody have an issue with that? All right, so you'll get to pick your own base. Let's start with the drawing. It shouldn't take that long. Let's see here. That's a little tricky to see in the light here. There. Here. Diana's a real master at doing this. Let's see. Let's start with you.
Not today.
Not today. Maybe not today, but in general, she's really good at substituting like different colors for the same values. So let's start with this little shape here. Let's see if I were to draw a line down the middle. The halfway point. Let's see. 2. All right.
I'm going to try to save this boring painting.
Why don't you do the iris with this thing?
Why don't you try the iris? Yeah, and then
Then
do it
pause
later,
on
and then
it.
do the other one later. Maybe it'll give you ideas, inspire you. All right. So if I'm going to draw, let's see. If I'm going to draw a line right down here. Whoops, here. For the center of my iris, right here, the end is here, right? Here's the top, and then let's see, my halfway point, just double checking, my halfway point is about here. So I find my halfway point, and what I observed is this line across is about half the width, half the height. So if I come to the halfway point and I compare it, see that? I know it's a little bit cockeyed, but if you want to draw it across, you can start with your little. actually think that's an interesting thing, this idea about the art that we like and we don't like, which is like super personal, right? From one person to the other. I just finished jurying an art show that happens in Portland every year called Portland Open Studios. I'm the president, so we go through. And I found myself making some kind of like snide comments and then thinking, wait a minute, like, it's not my thing. But like, right? Like, it's not my thing. But like, does that make it invalid? Right? And of course it doesn't. And other people were like, wait, I kind of like that. Other people on the board were like, oh, that's okay. There were some things that we all were like, oh my God, that's awful. Which is awesome because they didn't get they got low scores and didn't get juried in. But like, if I was just sort of contemplating how much our tastes are so distinct and our art is distinct. There's a guy who paints cityscapes a lot like I do. We tend to pick the same perspectives. We just happen to have a similar. And I kind of commented to the executive directors we were going through, yeah, I like my paintings better than his though. She goes, well, of course you would. Like, right, your paintings, right? Like, of course you would. You're doing them the way you think you're doing that, but basically saying, hey, not everybody's gonna think that. Like, like that's like, yeah, I'm like, oh yeah, like I kind of like mine better, but she's like, of course you would, you'd have to. This is your work. So as you're kind of going through and figuring out your likes and your dislikes, this is part of like finding your own you're sort of defining your own artistic voice, which is neat. Okay. Once you get here, right? We're once again going to use that. Before we get too much into detail, we're going to use that. Anyway, that's just a way of saying, Sandra, you have a total right to go. Oh, I like this one. I do not like that one.
Just what I, yeah, well,
what's that, sweetie?
I just thought, yeah, I'd be unhappy with it if I made it like that.
Right.
Because it's not my style, but that's all it is.
Right. That's not my style. Right. It's like, but it's okay to actually have a reaction and go, ugh, right? Because that's not yours. That's not, and me, I'm always trying to loosen up as much as possible. So I'm actually looking for ways, but that tells you kind of what your style is. I'm not trying to put a point on it. I'm just kind of trying to say it's valid. It's a really valid.
Oh, but it was very.
Those emotional responses are really valid. Trust me, girl, I had them myself, right? I've had them myself. Like that, it's real. So as you go through, it's totally real and it's good. They serve a purpose. So I'm sort of sketching in using my negative space. Right, to help me. Well, I think I have to bring this. I think that's too far. Oh, let me take a picture of this, you guys, so you can see it up close. And we're going to do this tomorrow in drawing as well. We've got irises tomorrow. We're going to do it in oil acrylic painting on Sunday too, if anybody wants to join. The one benefit to the time change is it's a little easier.
I must say, I love the light. And apparently, so I saw that the Senate passed a bill saying in 2023 they're going to stop it.
Yeah, I wanted to know what, do you know anything more about that? Is that a thing? Is it going to happen?
Well, so what I don't know is whether, what about the other house? They both have to pass it. I don't know what the other done.
I'm kind of curious to know what this is all based on.
It's because a lot of people are complaining about it. I mean, I think initially it was done for farmers, right, who need the light early.
Right.
But actually, the bulk of the population needs the light later.
Yeah,
Interesting.
but the cows and the animals get all screwed up by having their times
The
changed.
change, exactly.
Right.
Yeah, it screws up everything.
Okay.
I mean, in Europe, I think they've had talk as well about stopping it, and I don't know
Yeah,
where
and
we at about it.
pandemic interfered with
No,
basically
it's
this.
strange.
Just
I think
puts
it's
down
made
the
it more
agenda.
apparent because we're talking more between countries. Like, don't you think? Like, sort of, because we're online, there's more interaction. Oh my God! Every time
But
I
the
have
talk was before then. I think so. They would. It would be daylight, so it would be like it is now all year long.
Yeah,
right.
That's where they.
So the idea being that it'll just get darker in the morning at certain points of the year.
That's right. Yeah,
It'll
that's
just
right.
be darker. That's what we're saying. I mean, hell,
Yes.
I'm all for
Yes.
it. One
Okay.
calendar, one. But I also wonder if, like I said, I feel like there's been more interaction between countries and that there's more of an awareness of it now because like everybody's dealing.
But even yes,
I
yes,
know
suppose.
it's been,
Even yes.
Go ahead.
Sorry, no. I'm not. I'm the one who is getting muddled. I was going to say even within the US, but of course we're all on the same time. I mean,
Right.
not on the same time, but on the same daylight or not.
Right. So interesting.
Some countries
right.
don't do it.
So here we are at this stage. Go ahead and send your drawing in at this point, just so I can see it before we get too far. But oh my God, you guys are gonna love this, honestly. It's like a lady. I like to think of this like, structure as like a lady holding her arms out, or like, I don't know, a dapper gentleman, like bowing, in cuffs. And like, I just think it's really, I just think the structure of these guys, it's weird, but really in a fascinating way to me.
Oh.
Put a couple of, I don't know. Let's see. Look at the fuzzy ones in the background, and you can really see this.
Are we doing those as well? Not really. Huh?
No, not really. I mean, you can if you want. I was going to say you can if you want to. So I'm just sketching them in, but I won't mess around with it. We'll keep it here. So send it in. Let's see. Oh, you have been sending it in. Sandra, look. Sandra, this guy is bigger.
Which one?
This one.
Okay.
These petals are pretty big, both of them actually. If you look at them in relation to, if you kind of measure the distance of them in relation.
Oh, they're the same length as the.
Yeah, kind of like that's like they're big, but look how it already looks great, even if you don't have the sizes right. Exactly.
It wasn't as hard as I thought I would say.
It's not hard, right? It's not hard. Go ahead, guys, send yours in. How does yours look? It's weirdly easier than you think. Would you like me to finish it? Shall I kind of do the finishing things here? We've got this kind of coming up like that. And down. It's way easier. These structures are so really fun. I hope you love them as much as I do. Yeah, the iris for me just has come to indicate loosening up.
I see actually there's a few videos, but I haven't watched them on to do. Iris is from quite detailed to kind of loose.
Yeah, I think it'd be interesting to see. I feel like Sandra, I feel like the wash techniques will work, but I know they have less control. But I feel like you have more avenues for kind of getting those right. You know what I mean? Like, because the shapes are so big, and I don't know. I just think there's not, there's all these kind of light, dark edges that are really fun to play with.
I've made them bigger. Do you see what
Let me see. Perfect. Yeah, looks great. Is your bulb, do you have your, I'm looking at here, I'm going to send you a picture of this in the close up to the bud. So you
Oh,
can see
because
how
it's
it
a
looks.
bud in front. I thought it was part of a flower.
Yeah. No, it's a bud. So let me send you
Ooh.
a picture of it.
So I have a bud, but
It looks a little bit, it's here. I'm going to send it over to you so you can see it. Hold on, let me get there. Here we go. Here it is. This.
Because, in fact,
is
we
a
don't
bud,
see.
bud.
Where is the stem of that flower? Is it to the right of
Here.
the bulb?
It's here. The bulb is, and the bulb, you can't really see the stem because it's hidden by the bulb. It's kind of behind here, and it starts here where this little casing comes
So the
in.
casing is, but the casing is is just below the bulb, right?
Yeah, and it's on the
Below
stem.
the bud.
It's on the stem. So the bud is coming off.
because irises have two flowers on a stem, so it's the same stem.
Exactly.
Because there's a stem that goes to the bottom right of a bulb.
Right.
That wouldn't be it.
Right.
I think that might be it, or not.
The stem is here.
Okay.
The stem is covered by that little, the stem is covered by the bulb, which is coming out from it.
So should mine be fatter, or what should you mean?
No, I just think, look at the shape of it. So it's kind of up here, like this.
Right.
And then there's a dark and a light. There's this kind of light sheath that comes in like this. There's some
Right.
really wonderful textures. So it's dark here.
And there's like a
then,
petal in
Yeah.
front.
so there's like this thing kind of happening.
I think I've got it. I made it a bit darker so you could
Yeah.
see. And then the sheath.
Yeah, and there's there's a stem, but it's kind of hidden behind this.
So I made my stem longer below the sheath because my paper. Or else should I
Okay,
just
if there's a reason, yeah, I mean, if it looks good, let's see.
okay, try.
Ani looks great. Yep. Linda. Nice. Nice, you guys. Good job. Good job. Yeah, that works perfectly, Sandra. Perfect.
Okay, thank
Yep,
you.
yep, that's exactly what would be happening. Good job. Exactly. So see, we're done with it. Then normally it takes us like an hour to do the drawing. We're done with the drawing in like 10 minutes,
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
right?
Just
Let's see. Annika, bring your pedal down a little bit further on this side.
Okay.
And down here. Look at, they're bigger because they're coming towards you, right? That's like one way to about it. So they're a little bit, same with this one. So look at the negative space here on this side to structure the width of this pedal.
Okay.
It doesn't come out like that. Isn't it interesting how easy it is to make things too wide? To make things too big. So you're making your negative space too big. So this becomes too small. It's interesting how we do that. How it's just so hard to do it. These look great, you guys. Okay, so now you're gonna pick a color to do your values painting. Well, so we'll just do a values painting, and I want you to really go crazy. Let's see, what am I gonna do? If I really wanted to go crazy, I'd probably do this like, okay, what's the color I hate the most besides sap green? I probably should just take, I don't think I have sap green in acrylic.
Alien red.
Oh, vermilion red drives me crazy. It's like, yeah, you're right. Absolutely. But I don't have it. I don't have it. Let's see. I'm going to, I'm going to try this as a yellow ochre base, but I want you guys to go crazy. Hot pink, green, phthalo blue, whatever it is. Like, I want you to pick the color that you want. And I really think this will work in many ways. I'm going to try ochre.
You're so brave.
Right? Let's see what we can do with an ochre base. So ochre's funny because it's not really a dark or a light color. Would you all actually, let's keep on the values painting just for a moment.
Oh.
I know I'm excited when I start like tearing things like in the studio. I'm like ripping them up because I want to move them over and get started so fast. I've like ripped this, like 3 things this morning. I'm like, woo, like, let's get going. This is how excited Iris is making.
Wow.
Everybody
Good
has
for
their
you.
things. Everybody has their things. It's absurd.
But I'm
So-
amazed we haven't done them before, Leah.
I wonder about that. It is weird. But I like them because I feel like this is a chance like for people to get I don't know why we haven't done it before. And it's been years. Like it's been years and we've never done it. Anyway, here we go. So I'm going to come in here and paint. I'm going to use a very big brush. This is like a 1 inch. Yeah, look at this ridiculous mustard color. And I'm going through all the dark areas. So I'm kind of coming around. Notice I'm skipping this kind of light top, although, well, we'll go back to that.
Oh,
It's
it's
kind of
terrible.
dark under here. What's going on, Diana? Try an iris. It'll make you happy. Iris will make you happy.
Yes, I think it will, Diana.
Yeah, it is. It's easy. Iris will make you happy. It really will. And if not, your money back. All right. And so now this is the darks, right? Isn't that, I guess technically the darks are all around the edges too.
Oh, I have to use the leaves.
Now I'm using a more watery yellow. I'm getting more water on my brush. See how I'm kind of using this. I'm going to do a kind of lighter yellow.
Sunny, you have to calm down.
To get the kind of mediums and the darks. But really, this is a fairly simple underpainting too, right?
Leah, where do you think I could use the wet on wet?
Up
With
in
that
here,
zipper?
up in here,
Okay.
because I was thinking, right? Like, do you see how I'm working wet on
Because
wet
it's
right
kind of
now.
watery, you mean?
Yeah. And see how like it kind of creates. So I'm doing wet on wet right now in a way, not the way you do it, right? But like, see how it's see how as the water is kind of spreading out, it's creating little textures.
Okay, I'm gonna try that.
Yeah, I mean, it's so easy, right? And if it doesn't work, just
Yes, it wasn't that hard. Actually,
Right?
but
It
drawing
isn't
was
that
much
hard.
easier. But
that's why I thought maybe we might even get to, we might even want to add in a few of the other flowers in the back, kind of loosely. If you wanted to, you could. See how I'm kind of lightly,
it's noisy, sorry.
loosely kind of getting those shapes in because it's not that much. There's one down here. It's really just kind of light and dark shapes at this point. So I'm adding them in really quick, but you don't have to. This is your painting and you get to want you to do what you want to do. So it's darker around, kind of looking at the,
Oh, what's the matter, sweetheart? I wanted to give you a treat.
meow, meow, mommy, chicken.
Here's the complaining beast.
Let's see him. Let me see him.
He
Hold on.
He yelled, so you have to be quick.
I want to see him. Hold on. Add spotlight. Hi, baby. Hi. I love that. I love the like. Oh, baby boy.
Hate you, mommy. Why are you doing that?
Why are you bothered? Yeah, your mommy's the best. You have the best mommy. You don't even know, kitty. So you can put in those flowers, or you could just give yourself a solid background if you want. See how I'm basically dividing these into light and darks in the background. I'm using my big brush so I don't get too caught up in details. And I'm really just adding in light and dark shapes. I wonder how this is going to turn out. I really like, I don't think I've ever used an ochre base. I've had students do it though, and it's worked.
Ochre base is pretty nice.
Actually, ochre is a really wonderful color, isn't it? Because it's so
Yeah.
versatile. It really,
No, don't come. Don't drink water.
so, but you don't have to, you can totally, you might do more than one painting this lesson because we've got so, because the structure of these flowers are so easy. Notice I'm kind of going back in and darkening my darks a little bit. Mhm.
No biting.
So we've got a pretty loose flower already, like weirdly. It's kind of, what I think is interesting is even at this stage, there's kind of a pulse. So Diana, you know what flower did this? You know what was happening? I'm going to share it across the thread. Oh gosh, I can't remember where it was. Do you remember your early white, what was the white flower that you just did?
The plum flower.
Can you send a very early, do you have a picture of the very early draft of that?
I might.
Can you send it across? I want you guys to see this because this was Diana really, at the very beginning, this painting had legs, had life, right?
No, I didn't take an early picture. I don't.
Wait, I
think.
might have it. I bet it's in the thread somewhere. The question is just which thread it was. Maybe because you're in all the threads.
Yeah.
Oh, Diana, it's coming along. It's coming along. Oh, Onyx choosing a black. Very
Here is
nice.
the early one I have.
Very nice. All right, Onyx, great. Is that Payne's gray?
No, it's Prussian blue.
Prussian blue. Very nice. Wonderful color. So look at this, you guys. Look at this one. Look at it on the thread because it's really, look at how even in its very early stages, the darks and lights are really working very well. The light flowers are coming forward, the sort of yellow splash in the middle. This is when when a painting comes together quickly, you can feel it, right?
It stays fresh, doesn't it?
It does. It's because the bigger shapes are correct, right? And the contrast is right. So you know you have enough light shapes and dark shapes coming forward, coming back. And then you don't need that much detail.
No, and
Right?
I just finished it like that. I didn't.
You did. Yeah, you painted that painting in like 20 minutes. Yeah, look at and then here's the finish. It's not that much.
No.
It's very, she sent it across the thread so you guys can take a look. So paying attention to those bigger shapes.
I like
Those,
Diana.
isn't that nice?
Thank you.
But
Yeah.
I also like the other one you don't like.
You like the pomegranate?
The
that she's
pomegranate,
working on
yes.
right now? Yeah, I think it's looking good too.
And the background is nice.
But you can always
And
join
I think, yes,
us.
that totally
Yeah,
works.
I'm working on the leaves to the left to brighten them up so it's not all gloomy around.
Mhm,
Okay.
Like it.
Yeah.
I think you got there. I think you got there.
It's okay. It's not. It's not.
It may just not be the best source. It may just not have enough contrast for you.
No, I mean,
It just may not
and
have
it's
enough.
also the composition. It's just boring with one flower.
Right. It works with the one, and then it's easier to try and do it with the other. So maybe you need more, a group cluster.
Yeah, so it's going to be, this is just an exercise. That's what it is.
It's nice this, Leah, because I have quite a few purples, which I never use, seeing as I do animals.
Isn't it fun? So now you get to
Nice.
like play with, yes, so you can play with them. Yay, purple.
So you would start with these leaves at the top.
I start with the darkest area, right?
Okay. Oh,
I
okay.
always said, that's always my, and just so that you know, that doesn't have to be like the way, but for me, and with watercolor in particular, I think it's easier to start with the darkest, because then I know if I go too dark, it's harder to mess up the darks, right? It's harder to go too dark. So I kind of started at the bases here, here, and here.
If you need to darken a purple, you add some dark blue.
You could add a yellow to it. If you want to make it shadowy, you would add a yellow. If you want to darken it, it depends on how you want your purple to be. If you want your purple to be, if you want,
like the bud seems much darker.
yeah, it's very dark. It's the bud is about the same darkness as the, oh, I see, it's more blue. Like these ones are more sort of reddish purple. So yeah, you'd add more blue to that bud. You'd add more blue to that purple to make it.
And if you want it blackish, then you go with amber.
So you don't go with,
Burnt
I
amber.
was thinking indigo. Oh, actually, I've got something that works. Perfect, perfect.
See there?
Now
Okay.
this is exciting.
No, it's too-
You know the zebra thing, Leah?
Yeah,
I was wondering, could I use salt there instead?
maybe. Yeah, try it. I think that's great. The zebra stripes. It's totally zebra
Coming.
stripes. It is. I like to use like because we're using acrylic, I very often like to use like the corner of a brush, and sometimes I'll take the corner of a cardboard, little piece of cardboard.
Oh, and just dot, like.
Hi, everybody. Sorry I'm late.
Hi, Emma. Hold on just a second. All right, Emma. This is a pretty easy flower to structure. So it took us about 5 or 10 minutes to draw. So here are the kind of shapes. Here are the outer shapes. And then we are picking the colors that we want.
I have to say, to my great surprise, I'm enjoying flowers more than you.
Yay!
I didn't think I'd enjoy doing flowers. I must say, the lily that we do at the beginning that put me off, and the tulips are very hard.
Yeah, tulips. I noticed I haven't really done very many. I have to find the right kind of source for that.
Yeah, we did that horrible cerise one.
Yes, exactly. And I had a hard time when I did the little mouse in it, but we had done one together. Yeah, it didn't come out.
I remember.
I think it's because all the shadows inside the petals.
Yeah. Also, remember your skill level was at a different place.
That's true too.
Right? So it was harder then. Now your skill level, it's amazing when your skill level goes up to the point where you're just like, I'm not even thinking, particularly in the drawing, right? Where you're like, I'm just drawing. And then you forget almost that you didn't know. It's really amazing.
This is getting better, but it's not good. I'm going to send another. Send me a second. I think I'll give up on this one and get back to it.
Yeah, do the thing with us. It's fun.
Okay.
What do you think of this that Oscar brought home, Leah?
Let me see. Oh, I love it. That's fantastic. Here, hold it up again. Hold it up again. Hold it up again.
And can you give focus so we can see?
There you go.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
Oh, wow.
It's
I'm not sure if we're supposed to see it as a target practice.
as a what?
It's got a sort of target on his head. You know, like
Yes, I think it's good. I think it's good. I think it says a lot.
I haven't asked him about the symbolism.
Maybe better not.
No, maybe not. He's not here anyway to answer for himself, so. What's that undercolor you've used?
I'm using ochre, but I'm encouraging everybody to use whatever they want. And now I'm just waiting for it to dry. But I'm really encouraging. Oh yeah, Diana, you got it to a place.
Yeah, but
You got it to a place.
To some place, but not great. But I think I'll stop there for now. It's just annoying me. And I'll take a little walk with my dog. She's
And then paint with us.
Yes.
yeah.
Don't leave.
Come on, sunshine.
Can you unpin me again so I can
Oh,
see?
sorry, I'm sorry. I like your haircut though.
I think it's too short.
Stick. Oh.
How's it going, guys?
Dried very pale.
I sent in mine, but there's something weird happening with the canvas.
Oh, what do you mean?
I think it's just like, you know, not really good quality. Because it is a like it's I can't speak today. It's,
Yeah,
you know, this kind of brownish. I mean, it's not a white canvas.
right.
And I noticed that in places where I put a lot of water or whatever, it kind of
It's
bleached
kind of
underneath.
poochy.
Sort of. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I think these look great. I actually like the Annika. I like it. Annika, don't be afraid to get, remember, you're still kind of minimizing your darks here. Make sure you get these big enough. I like this. I see what you're saying, but I think it's creating a kind of interesting structure. I love these. These are going to be great. Okay. I'm still kind of waiting for mine to dry a little bit. So is that anybody else's painting dry?
Mine is okay. Right?
Yeah, then you will take another color and glaze the whole thing. So something different, right? Maybe something complementary. You're going to glaze the whole thing. And then you're going to take your big brush and you're going to pick a light, a medium, and a dark, any colors that you want to add in on the top. I'll do it in a minute when mine is dry, but mine's taking a little bit of time to dry right now. So I'm just waiting for it. But those of you who want to march ahead, go ahead and glaze.
What is going on there? This is fun, Leah. Can I show you where I'm at?
Yeah, please.
Hold on.
Hold it up. Yeah, see how great it already looks? Look at this.
But it's gone very pale. I have to go.
It's wonderful. It's wonderful.
Thank you.
Ah, yeah.
Isn't this nice? I'm so unbossy. Like
Yes, you had
do
a very good mood
whatever.
today.
You guys can paint. You know how to paint. Like you do. Like I love this. I'm like, this is really fun. It's fun.
It's so strange.
It should dry yet. Okay. We have time. Send them in as you're working on them, guys. I'll happily. All right. Has anybody tried the glazed? How's it going?
Are you glazing?
It's wet glaze.
Yeah, Sandra probably will not be glazing, but I'm going to try glazing. I think we're about ready. I'm going to try a red glaze because I've got this, well, or blue. Yeah, I think red. I'm going to try transparent red oxide, kind of a orangey color for my glaze. So for those of you who don't know what a glaze is, I think everybody here should know, but I'll remind you. A glaze is a very light layer of color. If you can see here, I'm getting my, down here on the corner, I'm kind of getting this very light, loose corner. There's no clumps of paint, just kind of watery paint. And, oh, that may not be enough. This may be too much like my, and then it's like kind of putting a transparent layer. Yeah, I don't think that does it. I think I need to do something more dramatic. Let's try Alizarin Crimson. That's a darker. Let's see if that has more of an effect. You can see this particular glaze didn't have much of an effect. It's too much kind of the same value as my ochre. Let's see what Alizarin Crimson will do. That's darker. Oh yeah, that's a little bit better. See, and it's okay if like it kind of in some places negates your values. What you're just really looking for right, is something that adds a little bit of just value and also kind of coolness, warmness, color difference, right? That adds a little bit of difference. So already this is kind of looking, I've kind of lost a little bit of my value. If I want to, I can come back in there and wipe it out, but I'm not even sure I really want to. I'm going to wait a minute for this to dry, and then I'm going to pick my top colors. And the entire time I'm going to be working with my big brush. I want to try and do everything with my big brush. So you guys,
Mine looks like a spider.
yours looks like a spider.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Oh yeah, Ani. Yeah, happy color over the
It looks
gloomy
like a
one. All right,
spider.
Ani. And look how it gives these little glows.
Sandra.
I like how the ochre gave this
Mr.
nice little glow, Anik, over.
Oh no, it looks like a flower.
Doesn't it look
Looks like a
nice?
spider.
Let me
It's
see.
not.
Hold on. I missed that. Where are we?
No, we're just showing Sandra that it looks like
It is not.
it looks like a spider.
So one is a bit anemic.
Let's see. Oh, that's gorgeous, Emma. I love it. Where is this spider that we were talking about? Am I not
No, I
seeing this?
haven't sent it. I just held it up. Here it is.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's gorgeous. I love that light coming out of the dark. It's gorgeous. All right. So as you're going, yes,
I'm going to send it to you. Can you tell me how to fix it, please?
sure. Meaty.
Maybe I need to make a dark.
I'm guessing that's probably it.
Is
Because it looked like
broke?
you had your lights layered in very nicely.
Did you get it?
Oh, yes, I did.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
just make your darker
Beautiful.
darker. Just make your dark darker. This is beautiful, Sandra.
There's a petal
Yeah.
to the right of a bird.
Uh-huh.
Is it from this flower or from another flower?
Which
I
one?
could-
This one?
No, below that.
Here?
It's to the right of a bird. Yes, I think that's it.
Yeah,
Come
it's
to
no,
the
that's
tail.
from the back flower because it's fuzzier. Yeah.
But I added it in. I guess it doesn't matter.
I don't think it matters. Oh, I see. Yeah, that's fine. Annika, nice. All right, so everybody. Okay, so let's see. I definitely feel like I need a bit of white, a little bit of white to add into this mix here. I'm gonna kind of pull this onto my palette here. I like these three colors that I've got, but I want something a little bit different. So I'm gonna go for, I have a kind of medium cobalt teal. Oh yeah. And I do think I'd like to get in a purple. So I'm gonna add a little bit of blue, ultramarine blue to my palette, which I can mix with this purple, this red to get a purple. I don't know. I'm just seriously, you guys, just now kind of playing around. Now I'm like, okay, I've got my base down here. I'm putting some colors down I think will be helpful. Looking for a palette knife. Where's my palette? Okay, 1 second.
Kind of like the color of the flower though.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah. It's a really nice color.
Okay. So now I'm like, let's see, what do I want to do here? I want to make a purple. So I'm starting with that. I'm mixing a little bit of purple here. I'm adding a touch of white just to lighten it just a little bit. This is a very mauvey purple, but I'm okay with that. Actually, interestingly, kind of similar to the colors of the actual piece. That doesn't usually happen for me, but it's happening now. So I'm just going to let it
It's a
happen.
beautiful color though.
It's a beautiful color, right? Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah.
I got this color. And see, now I'm kind of coming in and loosely. So Sandra, I know we're working in different mediums, but see how nicely these darks, as you darken them, are really popping
Um,
the flower. I'm going to actually, let's see, I'm going to add a little bit of transparent orange up here. Okay, so even though this flower has lights and darks, I'm going to start dark because I know with my acrylic I can go lighter. And I'm adding in little bits of dark using kind of the corner of my brush. Now, I'm going to see what happens if I mix a little blue and white. So about cobalt teal and white and sweep up. Oh, maybe that's a little too, did not clean up my brush enough.
That's always a problem.
Right? Let me clean that brush a little bit more. Get a little bit more. So see how I'm using my big brush. I may not like this color. Ultimately, it's looking a little bit flat on this layer, but I'm going to put it in, let it dry, and then lighten. But see how I'm kind of using my big brush to create sort of fun strokes. So applying a little bit better back here. But this big brush means I don't get too precious, right, with my.
I'm using a big one too.
Yeah, it just helps keep you kind of loose working with a big brush. And there'll be some kind of accidental textures. I'm trying to decide if I like that or not. I'm not sure I do, but let's see. But maybe I'll like it on the topper layer in any event. I'm going to let it dry for a minute. I might just go some totally different direction.
Leo, can I show you? I don't know how to take it
Yeah.
further. But it still looks pale.
Have you thought about adding, here, hold that up again, hold it up. Have you thought about, so add a little bit more blue on top of your purple for on the dark
bottom
purples.
purple?
Yeah. For the, just go right over with the blue to kind
Okay.
of blue it up a little bit. I think if you blew up your bud,
We'll go darker. Wow, it's beginning to really feel like spring here.
Is it?
Yep.
You guys just had snow over the weekend.
Let me show
right?
you my cherry trees beginning to blossom. Can you see?
Let's see. Oh, magic.
It's not
Magic.
quite in full bloom yet, but it's going to be this weekend, I guess. How cool. I thought we were a while away.
Oh my God, it's magic.
I love spring. It's my favorite season.
Right, everything is sort of bursting and exploding out.
It's green and yeah, it's fantastic.
So now I'm like, well, I don't know if I like those colors. I think I might. It's funny, I'm just sort of not intentionally, but kind of leaning towards the colors that are in the photo, which is rare for me. But I'm
But
gonna go with it.
the colors in the photo are so beautiful.
That's maybe what it is, right?
Yeah,
So-
you
oh,
have-
sorry, Sandra. I'll like, we don't have to be staring at the top of your head while you're working. All right. So this lavender. Oh yeah, I like that. So I'm kind of popping in this. I happen to have this really funky lavender color. We rarely use it. I rarely use it because it's so kind of specific. But if I brush it in kind of over the top, I'm liking the colors a little bit more. Still a little muddy on this layer. Ooh, yeah. There's kind of a light top here. So if you can get that kind of described with a brush stroke that's light, right, as opposed to the dark, I think that helps. Do you need these little dark kind of centers? Maybe, but sort of more loose. Everything can be corrected. So this is a real easy exercise. Let's see. Oh yeah. Maybe I want it bright. Kind of want, there's this little, sort of bright light fuzzy bit where all the pollen is on top of each of these flowers here. I really like that. Kind of fun to get that in. And then you can take, like, let's see here. There's a couple of things you can do to do these little zebra stripes, as Sandra saw. They really are the zebra stripey. These zebra stripes. You can use the edge of your flower, the edge of your brush, a big brush like this, right? To kind of just pop in a few. I can already tell I'm going to need to bring in cadmium red here on my final layers. Right? Or you could try, if you just think that's too mushy, right? You can try, hold on. So I'm going to pop up here and show you what I'm looking at, what I've got in my hand. I've got this little, if you have a little piece of cardboard, right? It's just like from a cardboard box with kind of tentacle textures. I'm actually going to dip the side in it. And oh yeah, that actually creates some really nice texture. I'm starting with the light purple. I'll go in again. So you can try using this edge of a box. It's kind of raggedy, or anything else that can kind of create a shape for you. Might try it down here a little bit. I'm gonna stop this and try and get this to brighten up a little bit. I like that this hasn't totally worked out yet. I think it's really good when you guys can see that, like, I'm often, this is not always working, right? things don't work on the right levels. So let me see. I definitely need this color and this color. And I definitely need some cadmium red.
Yeah, I tried the cadmium red. It didn't, that kind of killed it.
A little too much.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a little bit of cadmium red here and pop it in here. 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 Kind of trying to mix. Funny, I keep going back to ochre. I guess I can't let go of ochre. I need to let go of ochre. I think the cadmium red's helping me up here.
Oh, Leon was trying to escape.
No, Leon. Do not do that. Let's see. Here. And I'm also feeling strongly like I need to get in my background color
Yeah.
to help like push this flower forward.
Yeah, I am by the lighter. I'm gonna add the lighter color in. It doesn't come true to color when I try to take a photo.
Huh. Sometimes I feel like there's a little too much yellow added in the photo, right? Like,
And this is much brighter than I actually have painted it.
right.
I'm still gonna send it over and I.
So you can hold it up too if you want to.
Yeah, I can
Just
hold
to-
it up. Here it is.
Let's see. Oh, yeah, yeah. Hold on. Hold it up. Oh, yeah, yeah. I like the yellows. I think you should make your background a little bit more bright. The blue, like one of your turquoisey blues.
Yeah, maybe.
I think that will help. Like push all these colors forward.
But also if I do it turquoisey, then we have the value problem.
Well, you can just lighten your dark and your turquoise.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess. I'll try that.
Yeah. Hmm. Interesting. So I've got these like. I'm trying to add in these outer shapes too. Oh, sorry, Diana. I'm totally. Now we're looking at the top of your head.
I'm just having problems with the values.
Really?
Well,
So,
the front petal,
it's definitely like a 2,
yeah.
and this is a 5.
Yeah, no. What about the
Yeah.
ones behind the front petal?
Slightly darker. Well, this one's slightly lighter. This one's darker at the bottom and lighter at the top. So maybe like a 2.5. You could, yeah. I'm just in the process of trying to get those in now. Hold on. Anyway, it's slightly darker because you can see this comes out as lighter, right? Next to this. When you come to this edge, it's slightly lighter. Good questions.
Let's see. Leonotti.
Something needs to shift here. What am I gonna do with this back? Oh, yeah. Yes. That's what I'm going to do. All right. Let's see if this works. I've been kind of unhappy with my background. And now I'm adding a kind of bright red. Let's see if that will make it better. See how I'm able to sort of shift in and out? How's everybody else doing?
I don't know where else to take it, Leah.
I
Can I
think you
show
just
you?
need to do another one.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
Yeah, I just think you need to do another one.
I'm trying the turquoise.
In the background.
Yeah.
Maybe this red is too much.
Well, it depends on where you're taking your flower.
Right. I'm gonna go. I don't really know that today. I'm very like, bah, I'm just like in a goofing around phase. So let's see. Yep,
You're in a very good mood today, Leah.
I am. I was just thinking how much I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you spending time with me and to learn to paint. And I was just thinking how much you bring to my life. So it is a good place to be.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I'm
it's
trying to
nice.
get some Asia people on board.
Somewhat.
Because some Asia, but Far East Asia, you know, the Far East.
Yeah. Where we need
They're
to do
very
a separate
interested, some
class.
of them. I told them they need to get more people. But we have
Yeah,
so many
we're-
countries we haven't tapped into: Australia, Singapore, China,
Yeah.
Korea, Japan.
I was just thinking also that today we might try, now I'm pushing the flower. We might also try like really bringing them in during Mental Health Week in October, where there's a lot of like,
That's a long way away.
promotion, and we have a special class at a special time for them.
That's a long way
Yeah.
away.
It is, but I mean, at the end of the day, we can start the promoting now, but you know how it is. It's like, it's just trying to get the sort of, sometimes it takes a while to kind of build you have to find a couple people who are excited, like
There's a
Natalia
guy
was a
earlier
good
who was
one.
interested, but I don't
I
still.
don't really know. This is kind of looking like a mess.
You're naughty through and through, Mr. Lee. Yeah, come here. You come. I'll open the window for you. Here you go. Come, Mr. Lee.
Okay, maybe starting to get a little somewhere. Maybe I'll totally notice my soft flowers in the background are kind of getting pushed out. Oh, I know what I want to do. I'm gonna have to wait for a minute until it dries. I'm gonna totally change it again. Like, oh my God, this is not what we want. I'm gonna let it sit. So this is your experimental. This is where you get to experiment. And I'm taking a look. I know you guys are starting to send stuff. The end result.
Oh, shit.
My God, it is almost, no, we're going 15 minutes later. We've got about half an hour left. Great. Yes, 15.
I think I'm gonna have to leave soon.
Right.
I have to work so I can afford to paint.
Right. I understand. I'm thinking I might like try pink. Yeah, I think that's what I want to do. So I'm totally, yep, there we go. I think this will move things more in the direction that I want to go. So observe as I am layering these colors on top of each other. A, kind of how one influences the other. And B, how one, if you get the right color coming in, I'm not saying, I shouldn't say this is right yet, but it's more right than anything else I've done today. Observe how you can shift. Oh, yeah. How the color underneath does help sort of support what's
Oh
on
yeah,
top,
they do.
right?
Yeah, they
This
do.
is what's fun about an exercise like this, is that you're like, wait a minute.
Right. I'm gonna send you where I'm at, and I'm gonna
Yes, please.
continue this later. But at least you made me do it.
Let's see.
I haven't sent it yet.
Yes,
Trying to
a
get
couple of other people
a
have.
decent.
Ooh, you guys, this is really wonderful. Oh, Anik, I really like these cool colors that are happening. Linda, I love the kind of drippiness that's occurring. This is good. Anik, I think this is really great. I feel you finding your groove. I feel you finding your colors that you love.
I definitely am huge fan of Alizarin Crimson.
Yeah, you like a kind of cool palette, which I think is really nice, right? It's kind of nice to know about yourself, that these colors are really, these kind of dark colors are really working for you, which is nice.
Yeah, and honestly, I love irises.
They're so
this
great, right?
This is something that I really
I do too.
enjoy. So thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah, I
I'm
love
loving it.
ours too. Yeah. So beautiful.
They are. They're just like the little ladies of the lovely little ladies of the.
And pansies too. We'll do pansies, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Pansies are actually fantastic for painting. They also, because they have these great transitions, where you can do kind of nice soft edges. And all right, I believe I'm pulling my flour out of the muck. It's slow. Right, I have to wait for things to dry to really get.
Yeah.
Brightness.
Do you think it's possible to do one directly painting without drawing?
Yeah, I think you could. Yeah, I think you can do it. Yeah. I think sometimes that's the best way for you, Sandra, because you're paying attention, right? Because you're like looser, it loosens you.
Yes, completely. It
Anything
would.
that loosens you is absolutely, yep. Absolutely the way. I wonder if like. Huh. This is what should be the date. So I'm playing also with an idea that maybe I will lighten my background. Go with the proper bright. Oh yeah, that might actually work really well. Get some more of that. Oh, Diana, looks really great. Come along.
But
It's okay. It's okay if it's not exactly what you want. Like mine is definitely not exactly what I want either. The goal is not necessarily to create the perfect painting, right? The goal is to learn something about your preferences as a painter. Oh yeah, there we go. The goal is to like, the goal is to experiment with what happens when you put, one color next to another. To ask these questions like Emma is asking, like, what's the value? What's happening with the values? How do I shift that? Actually, this might be it. Yeah, I think this is better. I mean, it's going to be very weird painting at the end. Probably the weirdest painting I've ever done.
No.
Yeah, there's definitely been weird. But look at how, and I actually am interested in how this green is kind of sitting on top of this still slightly wet red. It has some interesting
Yeah, it gets
muting
it depth.
effects. And Richie, what do you think, Diana? Do you think it's better?
I think it gives it depth.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, you're playing with this color in your background a lot and using it to very good effect. There we go. Now, that's what.
Yeah, it's always better to have a color underneath it, so.
Yeah, but this is interesting. I've never really thought about, and this here, the color is still.
It's nice when
color,
it shines through like that.
yeah, it's still kind of wet. So the front color, so. Oh yeah, I like this a lot better. Okay, so now my painting is feeling a bit more concrete. I'm kind of liking the final structure. I'm sort of adding in little bits of light where I darkened.
I'm going to leave you guys, but I'm going to continue with this.
All right, we'll see you, Diana. Nice work. Wonderful work today. And great save on your pomegranate flower. Very nice.
Thank you. And I'm not coming tomorrow because I'm driving my friend to the airport.
Oh, right.
Oh, wow.
In your new convertible.
Well, I'm not driving her in the new convertible with 4 suitcases.
Oh, yeah, right. You're driving her in a different car. Gotcha. All right, Diana, we'll see you hopefully Sunday.
It's funny that you just put that color down, Leah, because that's what I've just done.
Isn't that funny? And I'm still playing with how I want these sort of background. Do I want these flowers in the background? Do I just went in, you mean this dark blue here?
Yeah, it's quite similar to what I've just done.
Yeah, this is ultramarine, right? Well, for me, it always comes back to ultramarine, just to push it. Oh yeah, this is starting to look, I mean, I'm still not totally convinced on any of it, but I'm liking the, and Emma, you could talk about value. You can tell here that I have to work this edge, right? Because you can't really tell the difference between this and this. So I'm going to go in with a different color, a kind of lighter color, and see if I can push this forward a little bit. Nope, not light enough. I might have to wait till everything dries. See how I'm kind of coming in back here? I know it looks, I'm doing it in pieces. Yeah, that's a little bit better. It's funny looking at it in the I'm actually looking at it on the screen rather than really very much at what I'm painting, which I also think is interesting.
I like looking on the screen, actually. It looks
Yeah,
better. You
it's
see
right
things
because you're
that you
stepping. It's like you're stepping back. It is. It's like, yeah. So I'm not actually really looking very much. I'm mostly looking to the right to see as I add it. Oh wait, do I need to get lighter there? Do I need to get darker? Yeah, I feel like I kind of failed my big petals here, but I think there's things I can do to. Mhm. No, that didn't really. Sometimes you just need to sit on it for a little bit. Emma, nice. I like your brights. I like how, yes, values are working really. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. These are looking great. These are really looking great. And they're very much looking individual. Like they're looking, they have a very, I feel like they're unique to your, they're unique to their makers.
Can I show you this amazingly loose painting here?
Let's see. Hold on. Yeah. I love it. It's great. I might actually like wait on this one. We'll see. We'll see. I'm gonna wait on it for a second. I just feel like I haven't got the balance right. I'm okay with that. I really want, I'm gonna let it dry for a few minutes and then maybe go in with different.
It was a
stuff.
different photo, by the way.
What's that?
It was a
It's
different photo.
photo. Yeah, yeah, I figured. No, I could see. Isn't that wonderful?
I'm here. Sorry, guys.
That's okay.
Living in the castle. Okay, I'm happy with this, Leah. And I think I like painting flowers because it's nice to paint without drawing. Let's see.
Got about 15 minutes left. I'm just waiting for this to dry a little bit, contemplating it. See if it would help me to go more dark. You know what? I'm gonna go clean my brushes in the water. That will help me clear my head. Oops. All right. Emma, your white really inspired me. Your whitey, the sort of whiteness of your flowers. So I'm actually going in with a bit of white. kind of like that. Maybe it's too much, but oh yeah, I like that. Mhm. I'm kind of brushing in a little bit of pink over the top of the white. That works better. My view.
So, Leo, I've added some sort of shadowy background flowers.
Nice. Let me see
And
how
now
it
it
looks.
feels like the flower in the foreground is kind of floating. I'm wondering about a stem.
Yeah, a stem for sure. So the stem, yeah, just add this, the stem that we see is this little sort of casing. But you could add a green stem. You could make a green stem if you want to. Right. I was
Do you
wondering.
think all of them need stems, including the...
Maybe loosely, but very loose. I was just interesting. I was just playing with that idea. So there's the stem. I like this kind of soppy. That's starting to read a little nicer. The other thing you can do, which can kind of bring your flowers forward, is to take a skinnier brush and take a really vibrant color like turquoise or white. You can kind of go around the edge, or like something crazy like I don't know, red. Maybe like red here. You can kind of structure, create some more structure. That's way too much. But see how just adding little bits of like light in places can also kind of help. Maybe that's too much. There you go. Yeah. So Emma, did you see what I did there? It was working, then it wasn't working, but now it's working again. I'm adding a little bit of light, kind of reddish. I'm doing kind of an outline of the dark petal in a light color. See what that does? Just a little kind of on the edge, sort of circle thing. You don't see it everywhere. Oh yeah, now things are starting. Now. Yeah, that little light edge really helped a bit, helped a lot. Maybe I needed one or two other.
What color did you take?
I used cadmium red and white, believe it or not. And I kind of dotted it in, and then if it got to be too much, see, I don't have it everywhere, but I have it in a few places. Look at how that kind of solidifies that front flower. I'm trying it down here too. You kind of missed the beginning of this lesson, but I was showing some other flowers that I had done, and I was remembering that I had done this on another iris. So I was like, maybe that will help. I mean, the funny thing about this process is you can probably never repeat it, right? Like, who could remember, once you do finally come up with something you like, how could you ever remember what it actually is? There we go. Well, yeah. Yeah, all of a sudden now it's starting to look a little bit better. I always like to add a light and a dark edge to my stems too. So if the light is kind of coming from this side, we kind of have a light and a dark edge to the stem, that also helps kind of push it up. And then maybe a little bit more of this little teal. And now that the painting has dried a little bit, I'm adding a little bit more of this bright blue. Look at also, that also helps. Oops, did I freeze?
We can still hear you.
You can hear me, but you can't see me painting. I'm painting right now and I'm noticing it's not happening. So,
Oh
let's
yeah,
see.
that's dark.
That's weird. Here, maybe I can. Later. Hang on, my notepad has frozen. There we are. Okay. Just on here. Let's see. So can you see how I'm starting to kind of brighten here? There we go. So now that things have dried, I'm kind of brightening with a little bit of this blue on top around the edge, just to kind of pop the flower forward. And I'm also liking how that's working. I'm not going to put it everywhere. This flower has been saved. Actually, I'm probably speaking too soon. Don't speak too soon. I think this flower has been saved. Yeah, I do think this is better. Oh yeah, this is weird. I've never anything done it. So I'm kind of slowly lightening, mostly working around the flower edges that I want to push forward, but allowing some of this fuzzy, hazy, more gray. Oh yeah, that's starting to look, now it's starting to look kind of good. Weird, but good. That red is still coming right through. But I'm kind of slowly able to lighten, but it's not light, boring light. It's got kind of a deep, rich light. Oh yeah, there we go. That's what I wanted. There, it's that easy. Honestly, you guys, I was looking at this painting about 10 minutes ago and going, nope. Absolutely not. So this is what I like. You can give yourself that leeway to create, invent, Dying to
Whoa.
see what everybody else is doing, so I'll stop talking in a minute here and finish. Okay, this flower is actually now at a place where I'm pretty happy. I might do a few things to it, but I think actually it's in better shape. It's the struggle. Just out of curiosity, I'm going to remove the spotlight, and I want you to put yourself in gallery view and just hold your painting up wherever it is. Wherever it's at. Ooh. Ani, oh my God, you guys, these are amazing. Linda, turn off your fuzzy background. We can't say, oh, Annika. Yeah, guys.
Linda,
Aren't these wonderful?
Linda, we can't see it. We can't see it. That's it.
There you go. Nice. Oh, Linda, super exciting color invention. I love that. That is awesome. You guys, look at how amazing. Look at how much glow you've got. I want you to really feel, keep going. We're not stopped yet. But I want you to feel how much you know about art, how much you know about painting that you did not know. You know even more than you think you know. And Emma, your hair is not too short. It looks great. It looks really good. It's totally cute. It makes you look like you're about 5 years old. I guess that's probably not great for certain business situations, but.
Well, my son said he thought I looked like a headmistress. So
Well, that's a
the
compliment.
helmet head. I think it makes you look really young. I'm going to turn off the recording.